Hi, I'm Brian Wilson, and thanks for joining another 5-Minute Fridays with Brian. I am a local real estate agent in the South Orange County area, Laguna Beach area specifically, in California. So what I wanted to discuss today was Proposition 19. That's a proposition that passed in November of last year, and it really does affect values for many homeowners and upcoming homeowners. But let me give credit where credit is due first. So to get more information so that I could speak somewhat intelligently to my clients about this and help them to see if what they need to, who to seek for professional advice on this. I did some reading online and in print, and here's where I went. So pardon me for this interruption here. The California Association of Realtors site has a legal section there that I looked at. Visited a real estate broker and attorney, a local one, and name is Devin Lucas. His website, lucas-real-estate.com. Also went to Cunningham Legal, their living trust attorneys. Their website, www.cunninghamlegal.com. Also read from an article from the OC Register, that's a newspaper here, in a December article that was written by an estate attorney named Teresa Rhine. And then I also get a trade magazine, OC Realtor it's called, and there was an article about Proposition 19 there from an attorney as well as CPA named Paul Horn. So Proposition 19, the title of that is the Home Protection for Seniors, Severely Disabled Families, and Victims of Wildfire or Natural Disasters Act. Sounds great. So how this helps. There are a couple propositions it affects, Proposition 60 and 90. They're basically, well, they're gone, I believe. So what it does, 60 was moving in county, and you could take your original tax basis with you, which is kept low by Proposition 13 from 1978. So over all this time, the assessed value has been very low. So you could take your value, sold the big house. Now you don't need the big house. Kids are all gone. So you can buy the new one as long as it's in the same county, or if Proposition 90, there's about 9 other counties that would participate, and you could take your tax basis to those counties as well. Those are basically gone. Now the Proposition 19, you can move your original tax value up to 3 times, unlimited number of times if you're a victim of a wildfire or a natural disaster. And it doesn't matter what county in California, everybody gets to take that lower value now. So that's a good thing. The not so good thing, Proposition 58 and Proposition 193. Proposition 58 was a parent to child transfer, or the other way around, as well as 193 was the transfer from grandparent to grandchild, as long as the parents were no longer living. And they would continue to carry that same value. So if you had rental properties upon your death and they would go to your kids, they would keep the same property tax value. That's the whole crux of this thing. So now that's gone. So let's say you say, Brian, I'm okay. My house is in a trust. It'll be fine. Not really. A typical trust won't protect the reassessment from Proposition 19. So you'll say, okay, maybe an irrevocable trust will work, or an LLC, a family limited partnership. Maybe you hold the home in joint tenancy. Those might work, but I'm not a trust attorney or any kind of attorney or a CPA, so seek those people out to find out, and do it quickly. This all takes effect starting February 16th. And today is January 22nd, so we're running out of time. Seek professional help. Sorry. So let me give you a quick example. And I'm sorry, I'm going to go slightly over 5 minutes. So parents bought a home in the 70s in Laguna Beach, paid $50,000 for the little beach house. Now that's worth, and their assessed value is about say $220,000. So they're paying about $3,000 annually in taxes. Now that property is probably worth $2.5 million, let's say. And the property taxes will be, if it was fully reassessed, around $30,000. If that's rentals in there, that's the full reassessment's coming. There's no way to avoid that. If it was the homeowner's primary residence, And then they could transfer that down to their child as long as their child wanted to move into it within a year. So that's the only exception of this new rule. But there's a catch. It's only capped at $1 million. So you will still have some kind of, in the example I gave, some kind of a reassessment will happen. If the house is worth less than $1 million, or the difference, you'll be okay. So, but most in here in this area are over $1 million. So it's going to affect a lot of people. Again, I'm Brian Wilson. I do appreciate your time. Here's my contact information. My cell phone is 949-933-0852. Have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me.